My dear people, how are you? This is Dr. Venkat. Do you remember me? Huh? You know what? I have been reading all your comments on sustainability that you wrote. Very interesting and very encouraging to know about your interests on sustainability. Well done. From your descriptions, I was able to see that you focused mostly on the environmental side of sustainability. You know what? Environmental sustainability is only one part of it. There are two more parts to it: the economic sustainability and the social sustainability. You know what? We will be looking at all these three pillars of sustainability very soon. So, today, what are we going to be doing? Today, I'm going to take you to different parts of the world to meet some of my very good friends, colleagues, and researchers who are conducting their research or work on sustainability. And we will be discussing with them, hearing from them about their work and how they are making our planet a better one. Are you ready? My dear people, how many of you remember this a face mask which we were all using during COVID times for almost 2 years? Now, can you tell me how many face masks did you use over the course of 2 years? How many of you counted the number of face masks? Did you? Yeah. Did you count? Yeah? No? What about you? Did you count the number of? No? Okay. I did. I know it's a bit sad. Yeah. I counted the number of face masks that I used over the 2 years, and it was approximately 250. Just imagine, one person used 250 face masks. How many face masks do you think the people in this city, Bristol, used in 2 years? How many face masks were being used in the entirety of UK? How many of these face masks were used in the entire world? It would be billions. Now, my question is, how did we dispose of this used face mask? What did we do? We either put it in the bin or we just chucked it away. Do you remember there was a lot of news on how this discarded face mask creates a lot of pollution on its own? It was called as the face mask pandemic. Now, what could be done with these face masks? That is what one of my students from Egypt, he looked at, and what he did was he tried to remove the polypropylene layer from the face mask, and then he used that to create composites with natural fibers. That is very interesting, is it not? Let us go and ask him what he has been doing with this. Shall we? Come with me.
Hello, hope you are all well. Thank you for the invitation from Dr. Venkat to speak to you here today. My name is Omar, and I am a PhD student at the University of Bath in England. I first came to England 4 years ago to study mechanical engineering at the University of West of England in Bristol, where I met Dr. Venkat. I'm originally from Egypt, from the city of Alexandria, one of the many coastal cities around the world threatened by global warming and the natural disasters it brings alongside floods and higher sea levels, eating the shores and causing many other environmental problems. This inspired me, along with the COVID-19 pandemic, which is also was a huge disaster for the world's population, to use the environmental principles that I learned in Bristol and the engineering education I have to try and research a solution to the problem. And this is where I thought of solution being manufacturing a material using natural fibers made from plants and recycling the COVID-19 face mask to constitute a new material and highlighting the advantages of this material and where it could be used. My current research involves developing more sustainable composite materials that are used in many manufacturing and industrial sectors, from the automotive industry to the aerospace industry and so on. And my research revolves around using natural fibers made from biodegradable plants and vegetables and using them to reinforce the composite material instead of using glass and carbon fiber that are very energy intensive to produce and cause much higher carbon dioxide emissions and greenhouse gases. And this work is very important because it will promote the eventual replacement of glass and carbon and other synthetic material with more biodegradable, environmentally friendly materials, which could cause a huge decrease in carbon dioxide emissions, and using very energy intensive manufacturing methods to produce these materials, and also to have more biodegradable parts in our industry and engineering instead of non-recyclable parts, which have to be landfilled or thrown in the ocean, and they cause huge damage to our marine and natural wildlife.
Ah, my dear people, what did you think of the research that Omar is conducting? Huh? What feedback do you have for him? Now, I would like to take you to one of the small South Pacific islands. Let us go and meet Zaidie, who is conducting her research on the fishermen in the South Pacific islands, and also she is looking at how climate change is affecting all these islands economically, socially, and also in terms of the environment. Shall we go and say hello to her? Come with me.
I am the United Nations Fellow for Small Island Developing States and an Innovation Ambassador for Islands. My motherland is Fiji. I have traveled and worked in many islands where my people live on what is called cyclone belts, hurricane belt, tsunamis, and in the front battle of climate change. We have to use our creative powers to reach the Sustainable Development Goals, and so can you. I want to take you to my ocean. I work in the ocean. I work below water, underwater. I'm a diving instructor. I support the work of the Coast Guard and many other fisheries and seafarers in their work while they are at sea. So, how do I do that? I studied marine operations and marine science. This involves science, engineering, technology, physics, innovation. So today I'm able to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals and my ocean from an engineering lens that matters to me and my countries the most, such as the ocean, climate, SDGs, decent work, SDG 8, innovation in industry, SDG 9, peace and security. So, how can you help? Firstly, you have a role. And how can you play that role? Take small steps in your community, among your friends, among your family, and learn about those SDGs that matters to you most. Then try to look around and link that SDG with another SDG and see how it connects. Then try to interlink them by going into more details and find innovative solutions that interest you and your community. then advocate for it. Zaidie Oceans.
My dear people, so what did you think of Zaidie's work? Huh? Was that interesting for you? Was it? Huh? You know what? We can even invite Zaidie and other colleagues for the discussion session with you. Would that be okay for you? Huh? Fantastic. Now, I have a question for you. The cars that we have has a lot of spare parts in them. What is being done with the spare parts of all those cars once they are completely used out? One of my other student and colleague, Monica Del Angel, is working on how to sustainably design, manufacture and dispose of all the car parts using the so-called circular economy concept. Have you heard of the so-called circular economy? Have you? Huh? Okay, I want you to have a look at what is circular economy. Is that okay for you? Now, before we go any further ahead, let us go and meet Monica and ask her about her work. Shall we? Come on.
Hello, my name is Monica Del Angel and I come from Mexico. I currently work as an engineer in the automotive industry, designing and developing seat components for the vehicles. My current work in sustainability focuses in transitioning from a linear economy to a circular economy. But what is a circular economy, you may ask? Well, in a brief example, currently, if you buy a bag of chips, it's not as easy to recycle, right? So you eat your product and you dispose it. But what about a bottle of water? If you want to recycle it, it's a little bit easier. So you take your plastic bottle and put it in a recycle bin. So the first example follows a linear economy. The second example follows a circular economy. But circular economy is not just recycling, because you see, if you want to do the same with a car, it's a little bit more complicated than that. You can't just go ahead and recycle a complete car, right? Why? Because its design is very complex. It has a lot of materials and components. So my work is important because it strives to address this issue, at least in the automotive sector. And it addresses an environmental issue, but also economic and social, because circular economy in the long run will benefit everybody. And it is my dream that my job and my study help to achieve a sustainable world by creating awareness about what circular economy is, and also by providing useful information to the automotive sector so they know how to achieve a circular economy successfully.
So, my dear people, what did you think of Monica's work? Huh? Really looking forward to hearing your comments. Now, I would like to take you to an area called Govan in Scotland. And I would like to introduce you to some of my other students who are working on how to create a sustainable transportation solution for the Govan area in Scotland. So they were able to identify a lot of social and economic problems that are happening in this area called Govan. And what they are trying to do is to solve the social and the economic sustainability problems by creating a transportation solution. initially they came up with 3 or 4 ideas on how to solve it. The first one was using an electric tram, using electric bicycles at subsidized cost, and also they were thinking of creating a subway but for bicycles. That is very interesting, is it not? Let us go and ask them and see what their ideas are in terms of improving the social and the economic sustainability in Govan. Shall we? Come with me.
We are discussing about an area in Scotland called Govan where we noticed that they had some social economic problems, so we're trying to find transport solutions to improve their livelihoods and to help them get from Govan to other areas easier and cheaper.
Can you please explain us a bit more about how the transportation solution that you are giving is related with sustainability?
Well, I heard from another group, not this group, where they were developing an electric tram, if I recall correctly. So basically, either the tram is electric or hydrogen powered, and which means it helps with it's eco-friendly one, and it helps with the waste in the environment.
So, are you guys developing some sort of an improved sustainable transportation?
Well, yes. So,
Can you please explain how it is more sustainable?
Well, according to economical and social benefits, it helps with employability. It also cuts the cost on transport. Also, if you increase the routes and put more trams, it helps with getting to places faster, quicker, and having less stops in the journey.
This sounds very interesting. Well, I hope that your work improves this area in Govan, Scotland. Before I go, can you please tell us what these maps are all about?
This map is showing our cycle super subway, which we intend to put underground in Govan, which would let cyclists get from one end to the other without getting wet in the rain or getting run over by the traffic.
This is very interesting. Okay, let's go, children. Let's leave these people to do their work. I have been taking you around the world today, discussing with all the different people and their research work. You know what? I'm really keen to hear what you think of their research work. And today's activity is going to be about that particular aspect. Your teachers will give you the activity and you can just work on that. Is that okay, my dear people? And today's session is also about introducing to you quite a number of varied professions that are involved in sustainability. That is very interesting, is it not? Today, you were also able to look at the other 2 pillars of sustainability. What are they? The economic sustainability and the social sustainability, along with the environmental sustainability. Is that okay? Next week, we will be meeting few other colleagues and scholars around the world and how their work contributes towards creating a better world, a more sustainable world. And also, whatever you would like to learn about sustainability, let me know and I will be very keen to discuss with you, especially about your questions on sustainability. Is that okay? Yeah. In the meantime, get on with the activities that your teachers are giving you now. Take care, and I'm really looking forward to your comments and to see you next week. Take care. Bye.